Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video is going to be another Final Fantasy XIV video, and it is going to be a continuation of my impressions videos for the jobs in Endwalker, and today I want to talk about Dark Knight. Now first of all, I haven't made Dark Knight at all in any expansion or any patches for that matter. The furthest I've got, I'm just trying to think, I remember doing leveling my Dark Knight up back in Stormblood, but that's as far as I can remember. I don't really play Dark Knight at all, and most of the time when I play tank, it's either going to be a paladin or a warrior. And when Shadowbringers came out, you know, I mean, I suppose after a long time I did play Gunbreaker, which ended up being my main tank for Shadowbringers. But enough of that, let's talk about my thoughts on Dark Knight. First of all, I don't know if this is my fault or the healer's fault, but most of the time I kind of feel like whenever I play Dark Knight, I feel like I'm dying a lot quicker. I do use TBN, and you know, I try my best to save TBN, or save enough MP to use TBN most of the time. But I feel like it's such a struggle for me, because like I said previously in my previous videos, I kind of play like a DPS. So I feel like if I use TBN, I'm like losing a lot of DPS, since you know some of the Dark Knight's abilities require you to use MP. So I'm not really sure why I feel like this whenever I play Dark Knight. Like I'm actually dying a lot quicker. I'm popping my cooldowns, like I would normally do. You know, Rampart plus like Ablation. Or TBN in mix, or maybe the DPS just wasn't quick enough. That could be another reason why I died, and I ended up just running out of, like, you know, cooldowns to pop. So I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's something to do with self-sustaining as well, which, you know, Dark Knight doesn't really have a whole lot of sustain apart from one skill. And they don't really have like any self-healing or anything like that, whereas at least with Gunbreaker you have Aurora, and of course you have Heart of Conundrum as well, which is really good. I kind of felt like Ablation was like, oh, everyone else got something, here's Dark Knights, since you already had TBN to begin with, so you can just stack this with TBN. And my question is, why didn't they just add this to TBN instead of putting it in another button? I feel like Dark Knight has too many buttons, and I thought they were moving away from things like this, like button bloating, right? I thought that they were trying to make things so much simpler, less buttons to press, and now Dark Knight has so much buttons to press. It was more than what Gunbreaker had back in Shadowbringers. So I'm not really sure what the thinking was for this one, and to be honest, Dark Knight isn't the only job that has this issue when there's a lot of buttons to press. Scholar is another one that I will talk about in its own video, but there's just a lot of buttons to press for Dark Knight, and I feel like Ablation should have just been added to TBN and maybe reduce the MP cost for it or something like that, just to make it catch up with the rest, because everyone gets it for free. Right? They get, like, you know, almost what, 20% damage reduction if you time it right, something ridiculous, and you get sustain, or you get like an instant heal when you drop to, like, you know, 50% HP or something like that. I can't remember what Heart of Conundrum exactly the percentage of that, but it's one of just those things that that really helps if there's less buttons to press as well. Anyway, I think I just want to move on from that. But the long story short, those are probably my two biggest concerns with Dark Knight. One is button bloating, and two is just sustain, I think. And I just the thing, because what they said, it really stuck to me when they said, they don't want things to be looking too busy, and what they did with Gunbreaker, and now this for Dark Knight. I think they should just enhance TBN or something. But anyway, those are my two concerns. And before I go, I should probably say something positive for Dark Knight, which is, honestly, I'm not really sure. DPS good. I suppose it is the highest DPS tank out there, so that's a good thing. But I'm sure the Dark Knights, if things stay the way they are, they probably want a higher DPS threshold than what they are having now. Oh, and one other thing, I feel like Dark Mind, they should just take that away, or enhance it with something, or fuse it with Ablation. There you go. That should fix it. Do a Dark Mind enhance trait and just put Ablations like 10% damage reduction on it. So you get like 20% for magic damage, and you just get 10% for like any sort of other damage, physical damage. So excuse me, that would work, right? So anyway, like I said, I'm not a Dark Knight main, and I don't know all the issues with Dark Knight, and all I can really say is what I've experienced. So if there are other things that you guys think that are like more concerning issues with Dark Knight, please leave them all down in the comments below. I like to read them. I like to know what the Dark Knight mains think, so I can relate with you guys a little bit more. Anyway, that is the end of this video. I don't want these videos to be too long, so please, if you have any other things to, if you think I missed something, or there are other things I should be more concerning about, leave them all down in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help the channel. I would really appreciate it. And you can follow me on Facebook and on Twitter at Munchkins Gaming. This is Munchkins logging off. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next level.